start. You are not joining in time. See how many, only 15 are present. Why you are doing like this? Go on joining in time. Which material we saw last lecture? Which material we studied? We started with the solid insulating materials, and you might be recalling video paper we covered.
Ma'am,
And for to compare with paper, which material we compared with paper? Can you recall? Which video you saw? Paper with what? Which is stronger? Why you are forgetting again and again? Can you see the PPT?
Cellulose.
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 See, insulating materials we started. We saw the video. I asked you whether paper is strong or what. Which material? Cellulose means paper. Papers are made up with cellulose. So why you are telling me? We have not compared paper with cellulose. See, all this PPT we have seen. Try to recall it. How to find good insulating materials. What are the properties of good insulating materials? And how solid insulating materials are classified. Fiberglass, correct. Who answered?
Ameya Kulkarni, ma'am.
Oh, very good, Ameya Kulkarni. So just go on revising because it's very descriptive topics are there. Understanding part is not there, but recalling part is there. So we studied first paper and I just asked you whether paper is strong or which material. See this. Recall it, fibered glass. Huh? Amay only has answered. So good, Amay. So I ask you whether cellulose paper is strong or fiberglass is strong. And you answered me fiberglass is good material. And I show you in this video how the cellulose is superior as compared to fiberglass. So try to recall that video or again watch that. Video lectures I have posted, use that. Then we will study now today another solid insulating material. So let us start with press board. So now press board are also made up of some types of trees also, or you can say cellulose also, but little difference is there between paper and press board. When we say paper, image come in front of mind is a thin paper like you are writing in your notebook, so or a newspaper. So that papers are thin, but when we say board, so thickness will be higher. So that is the main difference between paper and press board. So these are press board which are laminated. Don't make your sound. Mute yourself. So press board, if you see here, it is picture laminated press board. So different layers can be there, but it cannot be there. This is a layered press board I am showing you. So therefore you are considering this is a big number of layers are there and boards are there. So if you see press board is a special product. Why it is a special product? Because it is based on the purest cellulose. This paper is cellulose. Press board is also cellulose, but it is extracted from long fibered coniferous trees. So again, it is a material made from the tree. These are formed into a non-woven material. Why it is non-woven? You see the structure. Weaving is not there. So it is in form of board. So non-woven material without using a additional binding agents. Binding agents is also not made. So mechanical strength of press board will be less as compared to other, but it will be higher than compared to the paper. So always remember which material you are comparing with whom, depending upon that you can say. So here I can say mechanical strength of paper board is good compared to paper, but it is less as compared to other materials. Why? Because additional binding agents are not used in the pressing. Okay, so press board, you know, you might be using in your home, but not as a insulation, but might be for other purposes. So these are some samples of this press board. or I can also say it is a pressboard paper. So it will be generally used in the transformer and the rotating devices. So if you'll see, this is also pressboard. So we'll see what are the characteristics of pressboard, because what you have learned about the material, characteristics and the applications, and you must able to compare between the two insulating materials. So if you see the characteristics, it is similar to the paper except thickness. I told you it is denser. So if you'll see its structure, it is denser as compared to the paper. But due to the density is high, it will be less flexible. Means you cannot turn into the desired, because paper, you just take your notebook paper, you can turn it into desired shape and you can make anything out of paper, like boat you can make, or any thing you can make with your hand also bending. But when you will take pressboard paper or pressboard, you cannot shape it as you desired it immediately. So it's less flexible. It is made by passing wood pulp. So passing wood pulp through a heavy machines. So wood pulp is used to make the pressboard. Its insulation resistance and dielectric strength is about 50 kilovolt per mm. Okay. So dielectric strength you must remember. Already I told you dielectric strength means at what voltage it will break down divided by the thickness. So if you consider 1 mm thickness of pressboard, its breakdown voltage will be 50 kilovolt. What is the meaning of this? You take a pressboard of 1 mm thickness and across electrode, you keep that 1 mm thickness pressboard in the electrode and go on applying very high voltage across it. So at 50 kilovolt, you will find out your pressboard has breakdown. Means what? 50 kilovolt per mm, highest dielectric stress pressboard has withstand without destruction of insulating properties. So pressboard will not allow any current to flow until your voltage will be less than 50 kilovolt. But when voltage will become 50 kilovolt, immediately current will start flowing. Means there will be conversion from insulating material to the conducting material, and you will say pressboard has breakdown. So that is the dielectric strength. So where these pressboards are used in applications, already I told you, transformers and rotating machines mainly. So applications, if you see, they are used as a conductor insulation. Conductor insulation means across the conductor you can use, winding across the winding, over the winding, in between the different layers of winding you can use. Coil insulation you can use, means one coil, primary coil, secondary, you can use this pressboard. Backing of mica insulation. So mica is also insulation, but if you want to back it, means add the layer, you can use it. So manufacturing of the varnish cloth is also there. So if you'll see in special, spelling is mistake is there. So in special type of transformers, power and distribution transformers, it will be used pressboards. They are also used for components like spacers. Spacers means if you want to increase the distance between the suppose wires. Suppose if you'll see overhead transmission lines, you can observe between the two transmission line distance has to maintain. If proper distance will not maintain, then ionization may take place between air between the two transmission lines may ionize, because their insulation is used as a natural insulation. Air is used as a insulation between the two conducting wires. So you will see the spacers, how the distance between the two overhead transmission lines are used. So same type of concept is used in transformer windings also, to maintain some different distance between winding to winding, or different between the two parts. So spacers you can use with the press board. So just add one piece of press board and you can maintain the desired distance between the two parts. Then rings also, press board also will be used in the rings, plates, stripes, cylinders, washers. So that way you can see the pictures. Already I told you, start downloading video for the different insulating materials, transformers, rotating machines, cables, capacitors, and just present your topic using the advanced ICT tools. Means video also is there. PPT making in different techniques, advanced techniques is also ICT uses. So it is also used for making slot wedges. So slot wedges means in some slot machine coil will be inserted. So that slot you can insulate before placing your winding. That is called as slot wedges. End liners for stator and rotor. Now you have not studied a machine part, so you will not understand it. But in the third year, you have to again learn design of electrical machines. And again their material concept will be there. Here our main purpose is to learn its characteristics. And there in third year, or in second year, second semester also you will learn machines. There will be purpose will be just know the different parts, functions and operation. And third year you will learn designing. So which material you will use, and designing means size, like that. So this will come again and again, but I think now you cannot understand stator and rotor. Therefore, it is very compulsory or important. We can watch the video. I will show you. So core stacks also you can use. Separators also use, means separate two parts in transformer winding, slot lining, etc. So leatheroid and pressboard also used for all this slot lining in the rotating machines. So just watch it so you will get idea. So these are the laminations of transformer, E-shape laminations. I think you might have learned in first year. So these are the legs, limbs of the transformer, E-shape stampings. Core is made up of this stamping and it is laminated, means very thin sheets are taken for the transformer core. And now on all these legs, in simple word we can say leg or limbs. So this now see, first this spacer is placed because there should be insulation between this core and the winding. And on this now cylinders, now coil will be placed. So this you can use as a press board. See now, see the coils. So see, for every coil also paper is used, brown paper is used. So these are the coil insulations, and here you can see this you can use made up of press board also. So between the turn to turn, this is one layer, second layer, third layer, and this is how the transformer is prepared. So where the insulating material is used, paper is used for coil coverage. Then this is used for the spacers. You can say spacing between these, or just cylinders you can say. So just I show you the transformer. So see this, how the coils are taken outside, but these are also insulated with the brown paper, or cotton can be also used. So you must learn insulating material where it is used. Now this way transformer will be there. So like that you can download video for the rotating machines, motors, generators. Okay, so I think you got the idea now what is the use of press board. So you can now see another material, fibrous materials or non-impregnated or organic impregnated. So fibrous materials are generally you can impregnate, because already I told you the meaning of impregnation. Suppose paper is simply, you will say paper, it will be without any oil treatment. But when you will say paper is impregnated, it will be treated with varnish or some insulating oil, so that its porosity will reduce, its dielectric strength will increase, and insulation resistance will increase. So fibrous material now you have to see. So they can be organic and inorganic, and it can be impregnated also. So just let us see first non-impregnated. So fibrous insulations are composed of small diameter of fibers. So see, depending upon the construction, you can classify as cellulose, fibers. So cellulose first we have seen. Now see the fibers. Fibers means imagine a fibers of cotton, or silk in front of you. So they are made up of small diameters and finely divide the air spaces. So thin, just like hair, just आपण काय म्हणतो धागे असतात, फायबर्स म्हणजे धागे असतात. मग ते कुठल्याही मटेरियलचे असतील. तर फायबरस इन्सुलेशन्स आर कंपोज्ड ऑफ स्मॉल डायमीटर फायबर्स दॅट आर फाईनली डिव्हाइड द एअर स्पेस. डायमीटर म्हणजे काय, थिकनेस त्याचा. The fibrous materials are heavily used in electrical engineering materials because they have ability to combine high strength. Fibrous materials काय यूज करायचे तर very good properties are there. Means high strength and flexibility because you can turn that fiber into any desired form. You turn it, just make any shape, whatever way you want to wound it, you wind it. Just like a pressboard paper is difficult, but fiber paper will be very flexible. But in addition to high flexibility, it also has high strength. That is what I shown you in video of the first day. Cellulose. So cellulose is more strong than fiberglass. Means it depends upon what type you are comparing. So that way you should not consider always cellulose or fibers are weak. They also have good mechanical strength also. And durability is also good. Fiber also is durable and extreme fitness means where you can use at a high extreme temperature or wherever you want just some conditions are extreme, there also fibers can be used. So I think a number of advantages are there for fibers, and some of important fibers available are cotton. Just like I told you, fiber it can be any of material: cotton, silk, jute, rayon, nylon, terylene, teflon, fiber or glass also. So glass fibers are also there. So see the structure of this fiber material. So this is also fiber material. How it looks? It is made up of just like small tiny fibers. Fiber characteristics, if you see, it has dielectric constants between 3 to 8. Why I just marked it red? Again, I am telling you, note down means color coding, absorb color coding. When I am highlighting it in red color means as far as possible in characteristics, you must include this point. So this is a point heading. When you will write down characteristics of material, do add dielectric constant. Sometimes you will not get dielectric constant of all materials, but you have to collect these points by referring different materials. So if you want good scoring, you have to remember all the points. So dielectric constant is a very important property. So we will discuss in detail. But when you will see fiber, it is having 3 to 8. So it's a quite significant dielectric constant. Dielectric constant and power factor increases rapidly with moisture content. If you will add moisture in the fibers, dielectric constant will also increase and power factor will also increase. So that is the characteristic of fiber, and the properties can be improved by impregnation. See, this can be the point. So impregnation, if you'll do for any material, then its dielectric strength will go on increasing. So fiber can be of two types, organic and inorganic. Every material, if you will consider, they are of two types, organic and inorganic. Inorganic fibers, when you will see, they differ from organic fibers as they have great heat resistance and operate at high temperature. So you know the basic difference between organic and inorganic means one difference can be carbon amount. So if carbon is present, then or not present, one difference can be there. So if you'll see, these inorganic fibers are very high heat resistance, so they can use for at a high temperature. Typically inorganic fibers means glass. When you will see organic, then it can be, suppose, I think vegetable oil or petroleum content like that. But here in non-organic fibers, they are made up of glass, rock wool, slag wool, and alumina silica. Then fiber can be classified of two types, wool and textile. So when it is wool and what it is textile, you can understand. So fibrous insulations are further classified as wool and textile based insulation. Textile based insulations are composed of woven. Woven म्हणजे काय? विणलेलं थोडंसं. If you will take the fibers or just two stripes, then you can just turn it. म्हणजे थोडंसं weaving केलंय का? कॉटन तुम्ही म्हणता किंवा वूल तुम्ही विव करता, तर ओव्हन जर असेल आर कंपोज्ड ऑफ ओव्हन अँड नॉन ओव्हन फायबर्स. मग फायबर्स तुम्ही एकमेकात गुंतवले की विविंग झालं ते, म्हणजे थोडक्यात मराठीत विणणे म्हणतो ना तसं. So when you will use the two fibers by turning to across each other, then you can say it is woven. And when you will not just mix it and turn it in some particular directions with each other, then you can say they are non-woven fibers and yarns. The fibers and yarns may be organic or inorganic. Any material can be organic and inorganic. Okay. So what are the advantages of fiber? They are have high mechanical strength. We have watched video in first lecture. That means yes, last lecture. Then they have flexibility and easy processing. See, fibers you can just easily turn into desired fashion. You can process them easily, and cost is also less. Okay. So these are main advantages of fibrous material. And where fibers will be used, what are the applications? They are heavily used in electrical engineering. So lot of engineering applications are there of fibers. They are used as conductor insulation. I told you conductor insulation means what? Across the conductor, winding, coil insulations, backing of my car. Vulcanized fiber paper treated with zinc chloride. Means this vulcanized particular type is vulcanized fiber paper, and that treatment will be also zinc chloride is used for low voltage distribution. Distribution means how the power is transmitted and how the power is distributed. So low voltage distribution means near around our domestic applications or where electricity is given to the consumers. So they are used for low voltage distributions, and bushing washers also fibers are used. So you can just see this. Actually, I don't think you can read it, but why I included this so that I told you in the activity number 13, you can just use any advanced ICT tool usage to explain any material science part to the class. So suppose this animation is used. What type of animation is used? You just go on writing on the paper and or in the PowerPoint and use animation. So how it will be done? So on YouTube, you can see number of tactics are there and learn that skill and use that skills to present some bit for 10 minutes. That is activity number 13. So you will get idea now with this. See now this, just writing and animation. See, it is animation only without using software. Or you can use software also. How it is happening? Just animation. Now suppose you will do same activity. Suppose one student will write down some properties of say pressboard only or fibrous material. He will present suppose fibrous material. Now ICT he has to use because activity number 13 is focused on tool usage. So tool usage he just use letter animations, writing animations, and just he will write down the about the fibrous material applications, properties, and classifications. So he will just go on writing like this, and he will do the animation for this writing. Either he can use software, ready-made app he can use, or it can be used as an animation. Just write down this and do the animation. You can see YouTube, you will easily do that. Now here no sound is there. Now what will be supposed to do? First is creation of this. So already I told you start and keep it ready. And then you present in the class. So while presenting, he will go on explaining it in noise also. Or while doing this animation, you can just record your sound also. And that video you can post it in the group. That way after it will be finished. Okay, so that was just simple idea with the writing animations. There are number of ideas. Just go on watching. Now ceramics. We'll learn about the ceramics. So ceramics are clay products, means just like you can say soil, particular type of soil is used. And ceramics are popularly used in our transmission system. You might have observed porcelain insulators, then the fuse covers like that. So it's a very vast, widely used material in the electrical, particularly high voltage, because ceramics are very strong and you can give them any shapes. That is additional property to the ceramics. So ceramics are clay products which are sintered and fused at high temperature of about 1500. Means main characteristics of ceramics, they can withstand very high temperature. And sintered means what? When sintered means you have to do sintering. Sintering means it is a process of making them solid. So clay, if you see, they are just similar to the fibrous materials clay, and you just make a very strong solid from the clay by heating that soil or clay, or by pressing it. Either you heat or press it. So that process is called as sintering, means conversion of this material into a strong solid material by any process, add the press, mechanical strength or heat. So when sintered, then they becomes too strong. So like the cement, when you will use cement and water, then so strong, huge structure it will be made. So like that, ceramics will withstand very high temperature when sintered. So sintering is done with fine powder of clay materials. Binding agents heated with high temperature called hot sintering. Means when you will use high temperature in the process, I told you heating, that is called as hot sintering. And if just mixing is done without heating, it will be called as cold sintering. I will show you how they are made, insulating materials with the ceramics. So because of ceramics are fired in a kiln, they can be fashioned into a wide variety of shapes. I already told, when sintering is done, then they can be having high strength, and also they can be turned into a wide variety of shapes. So you can cut, you can chip, you can process and just make, because insulating material, how they are made of dish, and then the petticoats are there, notches are there, grooves are there, particular shapes, like a you can say ganti असते आपली, तसा shape वरती cup असतो insulator. If you will try to recall in the transmission line what are the shapes used, so they can be cut. So when ceramics are fired in a kiln, you can turn into different shapes and high resistance and durable also. So for this reason, ceramics have long been. So why sometimes questions are asked, just give the reasons. Ceramics are used to make insulators. Insulator means there is two purpose in our electrical engineering. First purpose, when I say insulator, means it is a class of material, conductor, insulator, semiconductors. But there is another meaning of insulators. So which are used in the transmission lines also to make the insulators. So it has permittivity about 12. See, highest permittivity. Just now we have seen fibrous material about 8, and it is more the about 12. Resistance to heat. They are very high resistance to heat. That is the main use. Why they are used in high voltage? Because when you consider voltage is increase, I square R loss is very much due to the in the power circuit, because in the power circuit current is also large, so heat produced will be very large. So resistance to heat should be very high. Otherwise, your material itself will melt down due to the heat. Low water absorption. This is also important, because when you use insulator in rainy and then it will absorb moisture or rainwater, then transmission line will just collapse, because insulation will not be there, current will come on earth. So it should not happen. Low water absorption, thermal expansion, and good electrical properties. And they cannot be machined. They are to be molded. So they cannot be machined, only difference. They can be molded into that. So if you see electrical resistance property, if resistance temperature increases, resistance will increase. And effect of moisture is less, or which also helps to prevent dust standard. Effect of moisture is very less or no on the porcelain or ceramics, because you will see the structure is so homogeneous that moisture will drop down, it will not absorb, and therefore due to this property there will be no dust and dirt on their surface also. Like glass you can remember, or you can just imagine. So they are widely used in chemical composition can be widely varied in case of ceramics, and they will be classified as porcelain, steatite, alumina and titanite. So these are four classifications. Okay, so if you'll see, this is common ceramics. Porcelain, if you'll see, popularly used in the insulating materials. So porcelain is a common ceramic used for low as well as high voltage electrical applications. And porcelain, when we say porcelain, raw materials are kaolin, China clay, kaolin. So you have to remember this kaolin, China clay. It gives plasticity and make materials suitable for molding, because already I told you ceramics are molded, they are not machined. So by molding you can make any shape, and any shape you can give to the material. So filler agent can be used in like quartz powder can be used in peeling of the ceramic clay, and then you can say it can be porcelain. It is also used to shrinkage deformations and prevent cracking during firing. So reduce shrinkage, you know what the shrinkage means, size will go on reducing and deformations will take place and cracks will also develop. So why filler agents are used while making ceramics? Filler agents are used so that shrinkage will be less and cracking will not happen. And filler agent generally quartz powder is used. Fluxing agent is also used, and for fluxing agent which material is feldspar is used as a fluxing material. So see these ceramics, how they are just like glazing is there, and how the water will their water will just drop down. Due to this property, they are favorable in insulating materials. Sometimes in ice countries, glass is used because glass is more means moisture repellent than this. So in if you'll see cold countries or hilly areas, glass insulators are used. You know this, our fuse covers are also used. So see why they are used, because whenever suppose fuse will burn, it will operate, then high heat is produced, arcs are produced. So this material withstand very high heat. Therefore, fuse covers and bases are also made up of porcelain or ceramics. This is steatite and alumina. So steatite is also used for this ceiling roses, or you can say these structures, this which can be pinned, and alumina is used for this. So if you will use glazing, clay gives plasticity, make materials stable to reduce shrinkage, and that already I told you. Ceramics are glazed to prevent dust. This is also there. I think it's repeated. Fluxing. So porcelain is used in transmission and distribution lines, transformer bushings, isolator, plugs, sockets, fuse unit. Just now I shown the pictures. So steatite, what is steatite? It is a hard, tough, mechanically strong material with good electrical properties, repairs at high temperature. So it operates at high, all ceramics operates. It is used for high frequency applications. Steatite. Alumina made from aluminum oxide. Name only implies that aluminum is there. It is used in vacuum fuses and furnaces as it withstands about 20 times greater temperature than porcelain. So as alumina is added, that porcelain will become very high strong, 20 times greater temperature it can withstand. And titanite, it is made from metal oxides. It has high dielectric constant and positive temperature coefficients. So these are just variety. You can see how they are manufactured insulators.
हॅलो मॅम, व्हिडिओचा आवाज नाही येत.
No, voice is not audible. Hello, ma'am. Your voice is not available.
Yes. What?
Shadow was off, ma'am.
आवाजाला प्रॉब्लेम आहे काहीतरी आज. बघते मी. In last video there was no sound. Can you see PPT?
Yes, ma'am. PPT is seen.
Okay, I will play again. Whether sound is coming now?
Yes, ma'am. It is coming.
Has made spectacular growth in the
Sound
power
is coming
sector
or no?
after independence. Power generation and transmission have increased several folds.
Whether sound is coming or no?
Yes, ma'am. It is coming.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
India has made spectacular growth in the power sector after independence.
Now roll number 26, be ready to introduce yourself. We will start introducing after this video.
Power generation and transmission have increased several folds and are expected to increase exponentially in the future. The Modern Group, realizing the potential of the power sector, decided to invest in this sector to cater to the country's needs as well as to international demand. Modern Insulators Limited was set up at Abu Road, Rajasthan by the Modern Group in 1985 in technical collaboration with Siemens Germany, a world-renowned company in the power sector, for manufacturing of high voltage and extra high voltage luminous porcelain insulators. Today, Modern Insulators is the leading manufacturer of porcelain insulators in India and competes with the best in the world. Modern Group is one of the leading engineering and textile industrial groups in India, which emerged on the corporate scene in 1973. The group, led by Mr. Sachin Rankar, has 4 manufacturing divisions as under Modern Insulators Limited, Modern Territal Limited, Modern Denim Limited, Modern Foundry Iron and Aluminum Metal Castings. The Modern Group has a sales turnover per annum. The export turnover exceeds $15 million, which is around 30% of the sales turnover. Modern is an ISO from Germany, along with required testing and inspection facilities. Modern also has an in-house R&D setup, recognized insulators in highly polluted areas. Design and development is done with latest setup. Solid gold station post insulators are used for high voltage disconnecting switches and in substations for bus post applications as well as wave trap supports. Transformers, kV solid core insulators required for railway electrification. Modern is one of the major suppliers of insulators to India. Modern has a team of well-experienced, trained technicians and highly qualified engineers who ensure the highest level of quality of luminous porcelain insulators at each and every stage of the manufacturing process to meet the stringent requirements of IS, IEC, ANSI, and other national and international standards. The plant receives technical support from many ceramic experts with respect to latest innovations in the ceramic field. Let's take a closer look at the operations. Modern manufactures luminous porcelain insulators with wet process technology. The production process for manufacturing a luminous porcelain starts with a selection of raw materials. The raw materials received from suppliers undergo thorough process technology. Liquid material in the form of slurry is prepared by this process. Slurry is filtered through ferrofiltering system to remove iron particles from it and then sent to filter press. High pressure filter presses are installed for cake preparation. These cakes are then transferred to pug mill through belt conveyor. Homogeneous pugs are extruded in high vacuum pug mills for solid core and hollow insulators. Pug electric drying controls moisture content, and online temperature is constantly monitored by lathes.
See, these are rain shades or petticoats.
Greenwares are dried in microprocessor-controlled dryers. Through glazing in 230, the assembly is done by high-pressure injection method. The cement used is of special type, collected from approved suppliers, duly tested for mechanical test and routine mechanical test. ABB Group.
Okay, so you have observed the process of sintering and how insulators are made, and then where they are used. Now you have seen this in transmission line. In next lecture we will see mica. Now I want to call roll number 26. Just start introducing, share yourself. I will just stop recording.